Good morning, everyone. This is my first live video on my new YouTube channel. My name is Megan. I'm super excited to be part of the YouTube world. Let me just set my phone down here. There's a few reasons I created this page. One is so I can hoop. It's motivation for me to hoop every day, but hopefully helping and educating other people along the way. A little backstory of mine. I am 35 years old. Can remember how old I was for a second. I have a 7-year-old daughter. She's going to be 8 here in just a couple of months. So we're making birthday party plans already. I work from home now, and my schedule has changed to where I'm able to do this hooping in the mornings and get a proactive, energetic start to my day. Last year, around New Year's, I got this hoop, and I've actually lost 60 pounds since the beginning of New Year's last year. It started with the hoop. The hoop was really difficult to begin with because I was very overweight. At some point, I will share a before and after picture of myself to show you the difference from then until now. But this channel is not for beginners. It's not for pros. It's for anyone who enjoys hooping or wants to learn more about hooping in a no judgment kind of way. I'm not perfect. I'm not about perfection. I did move some of the stuff out of my floor here, so y'all didn't see the mess that we live in daily, but I'm a real person, and this is just me being real every day, wanting to share this with people, interact with people. It's just me and my daughter. I don't have a lot of friends outside of my life, outside of this little world here. And so this is a way for me to reach out to people, maybe connect with some people. Maybe y'all have similar experiences where you've lost weight with the hoop. Maybe you just got a hoop and you don't know what to do with it. And so I am going to start this, my first video, more introductory to me and introductory to the hoop. Later on, I plan my videos to be musical, hooping for 10 minutes, stopping for a break, answering Q&A, all your questions, try to provide answers to it. I hope you feel free to ask me anything that might come to mind. But this is just meant to be fun. I created this to be fun, and I hope it's fun for anyone who decides to join along. So this is a infinity hoop. There are many brands out there. I just got the one that was advertised on Facebook because, you know, the ads, they're in your face all day, every day. And I'm like, hey, that looks fun. Excuse me. So there's some clasps here for you to pull it apart. I could probably remove a link if I wanted to, which makes the hoop shorter. But as long as I have it down here on my hips, it's actually still pretty snug. You want it snug, but not too snug. And it's pretty easy to feel where you want it. Whenever I first started, it was up here under my chest, you know, at the smallest part of my waist, which wasn't very small at that point. But I've gradually gotten to where it has gone down to here. They suggest, anyone who hoops, they suggest you do the same amount in one direction as you do the other. So if you work to the right for 5 minutes, then you're going to want to work to the left for 5 minutes because it will work your muscles accordingly. And you don't want one side getting really tone and fit and the other one not tone and fit. You want to balance. So to start, you just kind of swoop around and like a hula hoop. I don't know if you can hear me great over the sound, but when I started, they said it was like a hula hoop. And I started with it up here at my ribs, and it didn't feel like a hula hoop to me, no hula hoop I had ever done. But the more you get into it, the more it will become like a hula hoop. Starting out too, you're going to feel it more in your legs and your feet and your calves than your actual waist or your hips or anything like that, because your legs are going to have to adjust to the movement. Your thighs eventually will be burning and hurting. So I'm just going to give a demonstration for a minute per side. Just right now, it's really more like a side to side motion that I'm doing, kind of bending my legs and kind of just bouncing from one side of my body to the other, one leg to the other is kind of the movement that I'm doing as I'm going around and around. So a couple of pointers. You always want to keep your knees bent or slightly bent, because straightening them, it's harder on your joints and you could cause damage, especially if you have weak knees. I do. I try to do anything that isn't hard on my knees whenever I'm at the gym and stuff. Then another thing that I wish I had known whenever I started is sometimes using your arms in a leverage in movement helps. So if I just stand here like this, my body doesn't have as much swoop. I'm going to call it a swoop, as if I'm like using the leverage of my arms to pivot against the movement of my hips. So moving forward, if you are just starting out, you might not be able to utilize your arms, which is okay, but you might want to try to incorporate it a little. You'll see how I move my arms different throughout songs and dances. You'll notice the more you follow me. Like and subscribe, start following, right? That sometimes my arms are like this, like I'm running. Sometimes my arms are like in a dance kind of pattern. Sometimes I'm just grooving and swooping and doing all that. So there's no right or wrong way, but the point is to have fun, and the point is to be active. And so starting out, I followed different groups and stuff. A lot of people complain they can't even get the ball going. They can't get it to go in a circle and completely stay in a rhythm. But eventually, do 5 seconds if you can. Do 10 seconds if you can. Do one circle and then swoop around to another one circle. Because the more your body gets familiar with the movement, the better you'll be. Right now would be a time where I would ask, do you have any questions? If so, put them in the chat or comments, and I will always get to them immediately, or as I'm available to do so. And I feel like that's most of what I have for today. So usually I will hoop for 30 minutes. My plan moving forward will be hooping for 10 minutes, stopping for a break, Q&A, hooping for another 10 minutes, and stopping for another Q&A for a total of 30-minute videos, but not quite 30 minutes of hooping, because I want to interact with you guys and I want to answer questions and I want it to be fun. We're hooping and we're hanging out. We're hanging out and we're hooping. And so I just hope that this catches the right people who need that motivation, who need that positivity, who want to, on a daily basis, do something that's fun for them, do something that maybe brings them out of their comfort zone a little bit, have a little music, to bebop to, and enjoy the fun of hooping and hanging out. So until next time, I will be planning to make some actual hooping videos where I have the music going and I'm doing the hooping, but this was mainly to introduce myself, let you know the main point of this channel, and to get things started. I'm excited to see how this works. Y'all take care.